It has been a rough stretch for the U.S. aviation industry, with Boeing taking hit after hit. Boeing just agreed to pay more than $1 billion to avoid going to trial for two deadly 737 MAX crashes in 2018 and 2019. The money is going to go to victims' families and safety fixes. Boeing also admitted that it blocked Federal Aviation Administration oversight. Now, this helps Boeing dodge a trial that was set to start this month, but the FAA is not backing down. The FAA is keeping a monthly production cap of 38 planes for Boeing in place. That's since the Alaska Airline door blowout in January of 2024. Boeing also still can't inspect its own aircraft. And now Spirit Airlines says that rising tariffs may force them to delay or cancel new plane orders, threatening their comeback plans. Tariffs on EU imports are raising the cost of Airbus A320neo, which Spirit had been considering. Okay, now let's talk more about the state of aviation here in the United States. Joining us now, Mike Boyd. Mike is the president of Boyd Group International, a multi-dimensional aviation research and consulting firm. Welcome back, Mike. Good to see you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, there's no question that the question of airline safety has garnered so much attention from people, travelers around the U.S., and the FAA is severely understaffed its own self right now. So what is being done to address these issues that we just outlined?
Well, the FAA has been understaffed in terms of air traffic control. In other areas, they've been bloated. It's just been a badly managed organization because it's been an organization that has been managed by politicians. That's changing now, but a lot more needs to be done because we were having to constrict our entire air transportation system because over the last 20 years, we just haven't hired the right people to run the system. That's going to change in the next few years.
Okay, so ripping off the Band-Aid, changing this is going to be painful. What kind of changes are we seeing at the personnel level? Are we going to see more inspections?
Well, I think what we're going to see here is, and again, we have to wait till the new FAA administrator comes into place. We've got a good one who's been nominated. We've got a lot of politicians against him, but this guy, Brian Bedford, to be FAA administrator, he will clean house. Again, the FAA didn't get into this position by itself. Right. It was mismanaged. We need more management to make sure that the FAA not only has air traffic control, but oversight over the entire process. Remember, this Boeing mess, they were in charge then too, so they have to clean their hands on that one as well.
Yeah, okay, let's also talk about the telecommunication outages at various airports and what measures the FAA, and you talked about the new director, he's going to be coming on hopefully in the near future, but what is the FAA doing to enhance the reliability of air traffic control? We reported this a while back, but has anything changed? Because we have now air traffic controllers seeking help for PTSD because their entire system goes out for a minute and a half with airlines flying. I mean, I can't imagine what that's like.
No, it really is. I mean, that's one of the worst jobs. Do not let your children grow up to become air traffic controllers. They'll move back in with you at 58 years old because that's a hell of a job to be in. The problem we have is we haven't had good management to make sure that those systems are upgraded year after year. Look, we testified to Congress in 1994 about this.
Wow.
And they're going to fix it. They haven't done a thing. I think now the new Secretary of Transportation is on it. But the fact is, we've got to get it done. And the fact is, we've got to get it done without killing people who are sitting there looking at those TV screens, because that is a tremendous medical issue for us. So I think we've got it sort of cornered. The fact is, can we bring it home?
Okay, so if you're managing one of the major airlines in the United States, how nervous are you right now? Because stories like this, interviews like this, reports like this are going out all across the U.S.
Yeah, of course, the issue is safety. Well, the problem is, not the problem, but the result has been, for example, United Airlines, the biggest carrier in Newark, has cut back, 10% of its flights.
I thought it was 30.
That's what we're getting here is we're cutting down, it's like dumbing down our air transportation system to fix it. So I think I'm not worried about safety. What I'm worried about is the economic impact that's going to have throughout the United States because we don't have the air transportation system we really need. I think it's being addressed finally. I can't prove that to you, But I think this guy, Sean Duffy, has his act together. And if we get the right FAA administrator, which we may or may not, depending upon politicians, we'll be a whole lot better off.
Okay, at the same time, though, about 1,000 FAA employees are expected to leave due to a deferred resignation program. So how's the FAA going to deal with all this?
Well, keep in mind, the FAA is not just air traffic control. It's oversight over all kinds of regulatory issues. And, having worked in this business, a lot of those regulatory issues are not very well handled. So losing 1,000 of those people doesn't mean we're going to lose 1,000 people who are monitoring airplanes. We're going to lose a lot of bureaucrats in the back rooms who haven't been doing their jobs. So in a large sense, the public should be relieved that we're getting rid of the fat, but we're not getting rid of air traffic controllers. That has to be well understood.
We got about 30 seconds. Kind of give me an outline, your best case scenario for the near future, and what can you tell travelers to make them buckle in and feel safe?
Well, you can feel safe now because the system is being dumbed down to make sure we are safe. But I think, again, what I've seen with this guy, Mr. Duffy, and what I see happening, I think it's going to be better. Can't prove that because I've been in this business 50 years and I haven't seen it happen yet. But I think now we're going to see something where, keep in mind, getting on an airplane, you're still safe. You just may be delayed in Newark, which is not a pleasant thing.